Mobile Legends, we always hear players complaining about new heroes being so broken, and man do we miss the good old days when the game felt so much simpler. Before monsters like Lucas, Suyu and Zuzin took over the meta. These new heroes are everywhere, loaded with abilities that make them feel nearly impossible to counter. And don't even get me started on this new hero. What is he? A fighter? A tank? A support?
Even Moontoon doesn't seem to know.
It's gotten to a point where players just ban them until they are nerfed into oblivion, making them completely useless. Then we sit around waiting for a rework right on the schedule for Moontoon's next big skin sale. Alright, maybe that's going too far. They can't just do that, right? While it feels like every new hero is broken beyond belief, history tells a different story. There was once a hero so busted, so unbelievably overpowered, that these new monsters would struggle to keep up. A hero so unfun to play against that Moontoon had to nerf him 27 times. But now, he's barely a shadow of his former self, a victim of endless nerfs. So today, we're telling his story. To understand why Harith was so broken, we need to go back to 2017, when Mobile Legends was still finding its footing. Heroes back then had serious issues. Take Aurora. Released in May of 2017, she had a clunky design and was basically just an icy version of Eudora. It took nearly a decade for Moontoon to finally give her the changes she needed. Vexena, while she was unique at launch, but didn't fit the game's meta at all, so she got a complete rework. Moontoon, still a small company at that time, was rushing out heroes and features to keep up with the competitors like Arena of Valor and Vainglory. They were dropping new heroes constantly to build a loyal player base. That's how we got fan favorites like Fanny and Gusen. But also, we got some of the most broken heroes ever. Enter Harith. Released in November of 2018, Harith was a game changer. A fresh design built around dash mechanics, unlike anything in the maze role at that time. Mazes used to be an easy target, you know. No mobility, no escape. If your team didn't have a good tank, you were basically food for assassins. And Harith, he flipped the script. Instead of waiting for a tank to initiate, Harith was the initiator. At launch, his ultimate was a bit tricky to use, so players struggled to combo with it. And then Moontoon slightly nerfed his first skill, then buffed his ultimate, making it way more efficient now. Harith could now slow, immobilize and deal insane burst damage. But what truly was broken was his second skill, allowing him to dash infinitely while stacking shields based on enemies nearby. This meant it was nearly impossible to gank. He dealt magic damage like a marksman with his enhanced basic attacks. The only real counter was stacking magic defense. But guess what? Radiant armor didn't even exist back then. Athena's shield was your best bet. But it was only good against burst damage. And Harith? He didn't burst, he melted.
Mega kill! Shut down! You have slain an enemy!
Oh, and his passive. Reduced crowd control effect that stacked based on enemies nearby. So, if you ever tried to outnumber him, you were just making him stronger. A good Harith could 1v5 with ease.
Unstoppable! Shut down! Unstoppable! Double kill!
He was a menace, a nightmare. And that's when the nerfs started rolling in. Harith faced a series of nerfs, which created new challenges for players using him. Now, to dominate his lanes, he needed a blue buff because of his high mana consumption and long skill cooldowns. To fix this, players adjusted their build, focusing on mana regeneration and cooldown reduction. This strategy eliminated most of Harith's weakness in early to mid game. In the late game, however, he could still be brushed down by mages and assassins, and his damage output would drop off. But by that point, the team's marksman would be the main damage dealer, while Harith could just focus on supporting his team. However, the real challenge came next. New heroes were constantly being released. Right after Harith, Minsata entered the game, and his abilities completely countered Harith's kit. At his peak, Harith was one of the strongest heroes in the game, but after multiple nerfs and ever-growing rosters of new heroes, he gradually faded from the spotlight. That is, until one tournament changed everything.
Harith Harith mendapatkan double, cuba dapat timur. Dapat dibunuh oleh Wan sebentar tadi. Dia mencari Wan, tiada Nexus dan Donkey menggunakan last insanity.
November 17, 2019, M1 Playoff Finals. RRQ Hoshi versus EVOS Legends, the biggest stage in ML esports. And Harith, he was at the center of it all.
Now Sid trying to make a play on the backside here. Juan needs to get him out before he dies, but the black shoes is going to be enough to get him back up to health. Sid trying to make the play. He doesn't. He gets the Lilia, and now RRQ have found the opening that they've been waiting for. Sid in the backline.
Sid.
He found the backline attack.
Sid.
He takes him out. Oh no.
Aura versus Sid, and he's
no.
going for a flank.
No, he doesn't seal it away. Oh boy. Yes, they pick him off. They need to wait for top and bottom to kind of push in. They've all respawned here. So 4, 3, 4, and now Juan is in trouble. He has to bail out of there. Lemon won't let him go that way. The dragon ensures the kill. Sid is still alive. Go for this. The backline Juan. He's locked in by the penalty zone. Sid, he's in trouble. He's trying to get to the backline to help his rest of his team. Liam and Lemon are doing such a great job. The Torizla is just chunking on through. Now Donkey isn't going out of there.
And here comes RQ going in for round 2
Oh,
as well.
Sid.
Diamond bumps into the time journey, and they will go out of a reset. Sid!
He makes it through.
Here comes the fast back, and they will crash right in, trying to take down the rest of the members of Evil Legends as they deplete them, trying to go in for the wipeout as well. Rambo kill for Sid.
Damage Luminaire is hurt, but Sid's in trouble. The
Sid.
Diamond Force, he's gonna get solo killed.
Especially when they go in for this attempt. And there we go. One great pull coming in. Divine Judgment blocks into a swan as he opens up the Diamond Force. He gets himself safe. Look at the chill. Look at the move. And it will be Sid going in for that.
He's able to get on out of there. Luminaire is getting pushed back, and now it's time for the one show as he goes on forward with the
Lemon.
Diamond Force.
Lemon.
He secures it. He doesn't. They break the inhibitor. They're gonna get topside now, but the rest of the team is respawning. They're looking to end the game. They've done it. They've done it. Rex, they bring it to game 6.
Out of 7 matches, Harith was picked in 5 and banned in other 2. RRQ picked Harith in games 1, 2, 3 and 4, winning game 1, 3 and 4. EVOS picked him in game 5 and they won. By game 6 and 7, EVOS just banned him to secure the championship.
Slowly creeps into RRQ space. Here it is, the final push. They're going in for it. They're looking to destroy the pistol. The backline's in trouble. The blazing duet ain't enough. The arrival from Liam buys enough time. 5 for 3. They've done it. They have done it. Well played to your new world champions of M1. It's gonna be from Indonesia, EVOS Legends.
Harith wasn't just strong, he was a win condition. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, we got this skin. After that, he became a permaban hero in ranked matches again. Until the inevitable happened. Nerfs kept coming one after another. Slowly but surely, Harith lost his place in the meta. As the game shifted towards assassins and counter heroes, players slowly lost interest in him. Harith may not be the monster he once was, but in the right hands, he's still a threat.
Oy, sinawi mo bigla! Tinatanggal nila sa amin first kills nila para kay Kayla sa ilalim ng turret. Nabigyan na ka! Another injector na naman para kay Brusco. Grabe naman talaga! Make it a double kill!
He's flexible, able to shine as a jungler, gold laner, or even as a mid lane maze. And with the recent buffs from the Hunter x Hunter collab, maybe it's time to give him another shot. So, what do you think? Is Harith still worth playing? Let me know in the comments and tell me which heroes we should cover next. Until next time, peace.